tracking breaking news right now. This is Local 6 at 5.
A body has been found in Brookport.
Massac County Sheriff Ted Holder says that body was found on the ground below the Brookport Bridge this afternoon. This is the same area where crews have been searching for this man, Jesse Inman. Inman's aunt tells us tonight it is his remains, although authorities have not confirmed that yet.
Now, his aunt and uncle traveled here from Georgia to search for him. Investigators say he disappeared off the Brookport Bridge after a crash. We want to take a live look now at the scene where you can see investigators gathering. It appears there's Illinois State Police, other media outlets, and Massac County Sheriff's Office.
Of course, Massac County Sheriff's Office and Illinois State Police, as you mentioned, are there. We're going to be expecting some updates from them at some point, and as soon as we get them, we will bring them to you.
More breaking news now. A woman found dead inside her home tonight. The search for her husband, Eric Griggs, is underway.
Investigators in Martin, Tennessee call him a person of interest in her death right now, not a suspect. They found Barbara Higgs dead in her home on Brooks Road this morning. Local 6's Blake Stevens joins us live. So Blake, do we know what happened?
Well, right now, police are not revealing a cause of death, but take a look behind me. This is the home where police found Barbara Higgs this morning. And of course, you see that the home is blocked off there by police tape. It's just us here right now, but a couple of hours ago, there were several police here, as well as members of the family. They were going inside the home to gather various items, including the family pet. Now, I spoke to members of the family briefly, and of course right now they are just asking for privacy as they go through this very difficult time. I also spoke to a neighbor here who tells me Barbara was a mother as well as a grandmother. And when they learned that this happened to her, of course they were shocked, and they were also shocked to learn that Eric Higgs, her husband, was a person of interest in this homicide. Now, I want to mention, if police find Higgs, of course, I will keep you posted. You can find me on Facebook to search for Blake Stevens, WPSD, or on Twitter at bstevenswpsd. Reporting live in Martin, Tennessee, Blake Stevens, WPSD, Local 6.
All right, Blake, thank you. And police believe Higgs could be driving a white Audi A3 sedan that looks something like this. If you've got any information, call police. Of course, to get breaking news straight to your phone, download the WPSD Local 6 News app. Be sure to enable push alerts.
I called it a love fest. It was almost a love fest. Maybe it was a love fest, but we get standing ovations. There is great unity.
That's President Trump today insisting there's unity among Republicans. This despite a searing takedown from 2 Republican senators this week. Trump told reporters today that Senator Jeff Flake of Arizona was against him before he really got to know him. And Trump says he doesn't blame Flake for dropping his bid for re-election. Trump also said he believes both Flake and another Republican critic, Senator Bob Corker of Tennessee, will vote for his tax cut plan because they want to do what's right for the country. The president also talked about tax reform today, saying he doesn't believe any disagreements with members of his party will spill over into actual votes.
And Todd, Trump also promising today the Republican donor who funded the compiling of a dossier on him will be revealed. This following the revelation that Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign and the Democratic National Committee paid for the creation of a political dossier on Trump. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul weighed in on it on today's broadcast to Fox and Friends. He said, quote, "It amazes me that for a year the Democrats have been whining and whining and whining, saying they lost because of the Russians. Now it really looks like it was their centrifuge, their ideas. They're buying in this dossier." Paul also said he, as a 2016 candidate for president, had nothing to do with the Trump dossier that was initially funded by a Republican. Students and staff are honoring 2 people tonight shot and killed on the campus of Grambling State University in Louisiana. That shooting happened around midnight outside this campus dorm.
And police say a fight led up to that shooting between an unknown suspect and 2 men. Police found 2 people dead when they arrived. One was a senior at the college, the other a visitor. A vigil is underway right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at that.
And you are taking a live look again at that vigil. The suspect, of course, in the shooting is still at large. Police have not yet released a description of a person of interest in the shooting. 20 years in prison, that's the sentence for a Metropolis, Illinois man who was found with 850 pounds of marijuana, 12 pounds of meth, and 2 pounds of cocaine. The $2 million worth of drugs were found by Cater County, Missouri officers during a traffic stop last November. Lowell Johnson admitted to police he was going to distribute the drugs in southeast Missouri and southern Illinois.
Your health insurance may cost more next year. An independent study finds premiums for the most popular health plans under the Affordable Care Act are going up by an average 34%. The firm that did that study finds that the Trump administration's actions are the contributing reasons for the price hikes. The Department of Health and Human Services released the findings today. A brother of the man who opened fire in Las Vegas several weeks ago has been arrested for possessing child pornography. Investigators say Bruce Paddock had more than 600 images of a child or youth porn in 2014. He is not considered a suspect in the Las Vegas shooting. That's where his brother, Stephen, opened fire from the Mandalay Bay Casino Hotel, killing 58 people. Another brother, Eric, spoke to media following the shooting. Bruce did not.
Well, check out this Sky 6 video of the changing trees in the local 6 area. It'll be chilly this weekend, but you'll have a good chance to see some nice fall colors. This is video from the Clarks River Refuge in Marshall County. Usually our area peaks in late October. This year, we'll likely see peak in early November.
Now your Weather Authority first forecast.
Of course, that delayed peak in color because of warmer temperatures, but that's not been the case the last couple of days. A cool one today, 61 our high temperature, a few clouds in the afternoon, but most of that activity clearing out right now and setting the stage for a cool but quiet evening. 60 right now in Paducah. Some warmer temperatures off to our west, 70 in Springfield and Little Rock. A little preview of what's to come tomorrow. No problems this evening, 57 and partly cloudy within the hour, down to 47 at 10 o'clock tonight. Our little warming trend tomorrow will be a brief one. We'll tell you about a big cool down for the weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
When you need to see a doctor or even a specialist, do you have one near you?
A national physician shortage is impacting southern Illinois. We'll take a look at this map from the American Medical Association. It shows the relationship between family physicians and the population.
All right, so the darker purple counties have more physicians per population. The white counties have no family physicians, and there are several counties, local ones, that are white. The Association of American Medical Colleges finds the U.S. will face a shortage of between 40 and 100,000 doctors by 2030. It takes 10 years to train a doctor, and that's why they recommend addressing the shortage now before the problem gets out of hand. Let's turn to Local 6's Rachael Krause. And Rachel, what's being done locally about this?
Grant funding from the Delta Regional Authority. It will help SIU Medicine to provide a new educational and job training facility in Carbondale with new equipment inside to better take care of patients. The school hopes it will be an incentive to bring more students in to study here and stay here after they graduate. More space to learn and train. John Sharp, Lauren Zent, and Ricky Mitchell are all studying to practice different types of medicine, but they'll all be helped by a new building.
Having a new building for the residents and visiting students would be very nice for the added space.
PA students will be able to interact with physician students, and it seems to be a more clinically oriented situation. So
Jan Farmer with SIU Family Medicine says more space and new equipment will better train students and keep more doctors in the area.
We find that when residents and PAs are trained in rural settings, they're very likely to stay in the rural settings. We know that we are underserved here in Southern Illinois, and we really need physicians and we need PAs.
By May of 2019, this empty field will become a 40,000 square foot building filled with medical and physician's assistant students, many of whom will stay in Southern Illinois, and it'll be filled with equipment that can better treat you. New equipment for cervical screenings and retinal exams will better treat patients dealing with common issues like diabetes, hypertension, or hyperlipidemia. And soon, telemedicine will connect patients here to specialists around the country.
Yeah, this is a wonderful area with great people, and after being in Springfield for the last couple of years, I'd love to be able to have the chance to come back and help those people and give back to the community that helped me get to where I am today.
Farmer says if they can get the students here, they'll stay. She says last year, for example, they graduated 6 residents and 5 of them chose to stick around and practice in Southern Illinois. She believes slowly but surely this can help to create quality physicians and physician's assistants in the area to better take care of you and your family. Live in the Illinois newsroom, Rachael Krause, WPSD Local 6.
Rachel, thank you. The $113,000 grant from the Delta Regional Authority will help buy new equipment. Southern Illinois Healthcare will build the new facility behind the parking garage near Memorial Hospital of Carbondale.
2 top staff members on the Kentucky State Board of Elections are out of a job. The Lexington Herald Leader says the board voted 3-2 to fire the executive director and assistant to the director. Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes said the decision was bipartisan and the staff member services were no longer needed. The 2 members said they were not provided with an explanation for the termination.
Well, are you ready to get bundled up? Hopefully you are, because the weekend is going to be cold. We'll tell you about a big change in your 7-day planning forecast in about 4 minutes.
How your teens could be tanning indoors without your permission. That's ahead in tonight's Family Wellness. Plus, what the Teal Pumpkin Project is and how it's helping all kinds of kids take part in Halloween activities.
Well, 1 out of every 13 kids that knock on your door Halloween night has a food allergy. Trick-or-treating can sometimes be dangerous for these kids.
And one group is trying to change that with a pumpkin, a teal pumpkin. Local 6's Leah Shields joins us live. All right, Leah, why a teal pumpkin?
Well, the teal pumpkin is just a regular pumpkin painted blue put on the front porch as a welcoming sign for kids with food allergies, saying that they can trick-or-treat there safely so that people will have pencils, stickers, bubbles, other non-food related items, and it's called the Teal Pumpkin Project. Now it's picking up steam in bigger cities, but parents in West Kentucky are starting to see some teal. Kids of all ages can be a handful.
It's been a struggle. She's allergic to eggs, milk, soy, and peanut, so it's difficult with everything, and especially with holidays, because everything holiday pretty much revolves around food.
3-year-old Amaya has to be watched just a little closer than most.
So we've actually had to be hospitalized for it because her sugar drops with it.
Halloween isn't all fun and games for Mom Christy Yates.
We do the Halloween fairy. You know, you go and you get a bucket of candy, which she can't have, and then we switch it out at night for a toy that she can actually have.
This year, she's painting a teal pumpkin and hoping they can find a few near them. Yeah. Place a blue pumpkin on your porch to let families know that they can come here to trick or treat if they have food allergies. On Halloween, we dress up like ghouls and goblins, but we don't have to act like one.
I mean, until she was diagnosed with her food allergies, we didn't really understand it either. Including someone is a very simple thing that makes the biggest difference. You know, it costs a couple dollars to do, and it makes her day that she's able to join in just like everyone else.
A little pumpkin is making Halloween a little less scary and a lot more fun for many parents. Now, I've seen a lot of Halloween decorations on Jefferson Street, as well as a lot of pumpkins, but no teal ones just yet. You still have time. You can register online and register your house on a map so people can know where they can safely trick or treat, and you have plenty of time to paint a pumpkin. Live in Paducah, Leah Shields, WPSD Local 6.
Great idea. Everybody can have fun. Leah, thank you. Head to our web channel, WPSDLocal6.com, to find out where to sign up and for ideas about non-food items you can pass out this Halloween.
WPSD Local 6, the Weather Authority, certified most accurate by Weather Rate.
All right, everybody, a few passing clouds this afternoon. Otherwise, no problems for our Wednesday. And tonight, a nice quiet view from Union City, Tennessee, Discovery Park of America from the Saladino and Shaft Sky Tracker Network, and a sunny view here at the Weather Center as well with a little bit of afternoon sunshine. Our numbers got a boost to 61 for a high 60 right now. Very dry air mass in place. Humidity just 36% and a little bit of a breeze out of the southwest at 8 miles per hour. Those passing clouds brought a few sprinkles close to the area, but just to our northeast today, and that's all moving away from our region right now, so a quiet picture with Ultimate Doppler 6 live radar right now. Winds still in the 5 to 15 mile per hour range. As we get closer to sunset tonight, we'll see those winds drop back a little bit and a pretty quiet evening for us wind-wise. Temperature-wise, 56 in Marion, a little cooler here in the eastern sections of the region where it has taken longer for the sun to come back out. Warmer temperatures farther to the west, 68 Poplar Bluff, where we've had plenty of sunshine today. And if you're waiting for a warm up, the wait is almost over. Look at the numbers off to our west. It's 70 in Little Rock, 78 right now in Wichita. So we'll get a little bit of a warm up for tomorrow, but it's not going to last long. If you're a fan of the warmer weather, soak it in, because Friday brings big changes. Mainly clear tonight. We'll see temperatures falling off into the mid-40s by 9 and 10 o'clock this evening, around 39 for an overnight low tonight. And the winds are not going to be quite as substantial overnight. So with clear skies and lighter winds in the morning, a patch or two of frost could be possible, mainly in sheltered areas. Not expecting widespread frost, however. For your Thursday morning, a cool, crisp start to the day. Sunshine and 44 at 8 o'clock in the morning. Noontime numbers up to 66 degrees and plenty of sunshine into the afternoon. Gives us a boost to about 72 at 3 o'clock. That, again, is going to come to a quick end with a cold front knocking on our door by tomorrow night. That front moves through Friday morning. Behind that front, we'll get in on some moisture, increasing clouds Friday morning, and it looks like before we hit lunchtime on Friday, we'll see showers breaking out, most likely first in Missouri and Illinois, and then moving across the river and expanding area-wide Friday afternoon and into Friday night. And I'll go ahead and give you a heads up, if you're planning on heading out to football games Friday night, it's probably not going to be very comfortable. We'll have rain and we'll have temperatures in the mid-40s, and it will be a little breezy as well. That rain starts to depart the area by early Saturday morning, and yes, that is cold enough air to possibly even produce a little mixed precipitation to our north on Saturday morning. We'll have to watch out for that. Around here is a slim chance that we could see something frozen mix in briefly Saturday morning. But the big story is going to be the temperatures. 72 tomorrow, 50 on Friday, and that number will be falling through the day. 31 Friday night, 49 on Saturday, 30 on Saturday night. Saturday night definitely looks like we'll have a good potential for widespread frost and a light freeze, so make preparations for those plants. Back to the mid-50s on Sunday. Slight chance of a shower on Monday. Right now, Halloween is still looking pretty good. It will be cool, and we're watching the system that some of the forecast models are advertising. So right now, we're leaving it dry, but stay tuned. That could change. Okay. We'll wait and see. But this weekend, it's going to be cold.
Chilly. Yeah. All right, Trent, thanks. Todd?
In tonight's Family Wellness, Walgreens is now stocking that life-saving medication used to reverse heroin overdoses. All 8,000 pharmacies in the U.S. will sell an FDA-approved nasal spray form of naloxone. The drug can be used to reverse the effects of an overdose from heroin or opioid painkillers. Walgreens will sell Narcan without a prescription in Washington, D.C. and the 45 states that allow it. Do you let your teenagers tan indoors? Many salons are not following the rules for restricting tanning for minors. Researchers called over 400 facilities in 42 states, posing as a minor who wanted to tan. More than 1/3 of the salons were out of compliance with state laws. Experts say banning indoor tanning for minors would prevent thousands of melanoma deaths.
Now the top trending stories on our web channel and social media. You're commenting on our Facebook post about a hike in entrance fees at 17 national parks. The rate for one vehicle would jump from about $30 to $70 during peak season. The money would be used to improve roads, bridges, and campgrounds. Well, on our Facebook page, a lot of you have something to say about it. Jim writes, it takes a lot to maintain these parks. I would pay it. Visited many this summer, and they are amazing value for a family. One pass can get 4 adults, park admission, and kids 15 and under free. But Danielle disagrees. She writes, so now instead of them making $30, they'll make $0 because no one is going to pay $70 to visit a park for a day, especially not a park that is a national park that is funded by our tax dollars. And you're clicking and sharing our story on new stores coming to the mall and the Hinkleville Road area. Several in the area include Qdoba and Five Guys Burgers and Fries in 2018. Inside the mall, house-to-home creations and Go calendars, games, and toys.
Now tonight's schemes and ripoffs. Don't get tricked by Halloween scams. Tonight, the top 3 things to watch for so you can have fun and you don't get ripped off, especially if you're searching for last-minute costume buys. Let's take a look. Those last-minute deals, make sure you know the company you're buying from. There are a lot of fake sites out there that scam you out of your money by shipping a costume that isn't what you ordered or not sending you anything at all. However, if you are buying online, look for the lock symbol and that HTTPS. If not, experts say there's a chance someone could unlock all your credit card and personal information. And finally, rely on a local store. That way you can check the costume out before you buy it. And if you're renting a costume, you can check for wear and tear before you leave the store. We've posted this information along with other helpful links from our Better Business Bureau on our web channel, WPSD, local6.com. Click on Saw It on 6 in the big blue box.
Hey, finally, check this out. What an amazing view. The photographer in Pittsburgh captured this yesterday right at the birthplace of the Ohio River, a vibrant double rainbow captured from a high-rise there. That is amazing. Best part about it, left side, the rainbow originates from Heinz Field. Rukavina is really excited about that.
What does it mean? Bye.